not uninhabited, but uninhabitable. Because if it gets.
Uninhabitable by the town's definition,
Or
yeah, and we do have that.
Who keeps the timeline?
I think if we got a complaint on it, the person that has it has to verify it.
Complaint driven usually.
Yeah, everything's complaint.
So it should go from a year we get the complaint?
Well,
I would, so.
it could be investigated at the time of the complaint, and if we can see that no utilities have been paid on it or whatever.
Or there's windows out or doors missing and that kind of thing. I think the biggest complaint comes from when there's varmints living in it, or the neighbor is building a new house and it's next to something that's.
Why wouldn't you follow the requirements for a raising order like you do on a regular dwelling?
Well, that's what we're determining here. How do you determine
inhabitable, just like you do for a raising of a
well, that's
home.
what I just said, yeah. And that's on the owner to prove that it's habitable. Because we have a definition in our building code that says it has to be this, 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 and this. And if it's not, 50%, that's what the state statute says. 50% to fix it up. If it's more than 50%, it's done. If it's less than 50% of the value to fix it up, then it's still habitable.
And the health department too can make that call too, correct?
Mm-hmm. No, they can determine whether a person can live in it, but they can't determine whether you can tear it down.
Gotcha.
The building inspector can. And then the owner can fight with the building inspector and the towns with the attorney's assistant. That's
To appeal.
right.
Okay.
It starts out with a raising order, and then the homeowner has the ability to appeal that, or they can say, "I'll tear it down.
Right.
Just give me so much time."
Yeah.
That's how.
So I think it should be reworded for.
Okay.
Now
So when a manufactured dwelling is uninhabitable, instead of that 1 year, the units.
Well, they'd be uninhabitable. Then the owner has a year to remove it, or it'll be removed by the town.
No, because that's sitting there for 2 years. And when a manufactured dwelling is uninhabitable for more than 1 year, the unit shall be removed at the landowner's expense.
Yeah, so that basically once it's deemed inhabitable.
Then we're going to start that process.
I don't think we have to wait 1 year.
No,
I think we just start the process. And as long as, I mean, we didn't tell them that it's got to be over 30 days.
You got to take the 1 year out.
Yeah, so when a dwelling is uninhabitable, the unit shall be removed at the landowner's expense?
Yes.
Okay. And the parcel will revert to the zoning district requirements. Okay. And 5.7, replacement of existing unit. The replacement of an existing manufactured dwelling on a parcel outside of a community will be prohibited unless no new parcel is formed and the installation conforms to the provision of section 5 of this ordinance. So basically what it's saying, if you have a manufactured home on a parcel of land and it is uninhabitable or uninhabitable, you cannot replace it if it's, unless a new parcel is formed and it conforms to section 5.
This says unless no new parcel is formed.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Right.
What I read 5.7 as being is, as long as I don't make a new parcel, like as long as I don't split my 5 acres into a 3 and a 2, I can replace my home. I can replace my manufactured dwelling with a newer manufactured dwelling as long as it conforms to section 5.
Yes. That's what
as long as I don't split that parcel.
Right.
And put it, say I got 6 acres.
Yep.
As long as I don't split that into 3 and 3 and bring a mobile home in.
Yes. Yes. You are.
I can replace my old one with a newer one.
Yeah.
As long
10 years or more.
As long as it doesn't exceed the 5-to-2 ratio.
Right.
As long as it conforms. as long as it conforms to provisions of section
Yeah.
5.
So
Yeah.
basically, we're limiting only single wides.
Yeah,
Period.
basically, yeah, a single wide cannot conform to our mobile home ordinance. That is a fact. But a double wide can. Okay. All right. Anything else that is up for discussion?
Do we need to rewrite this before we?
No, we're just changing
With
that
the
verbiage.
okay.
Well, we can, pass it and I'll change the verbiage. We can make it a contingent on that.
Make a motion to, approve the revised manufactured mobile home ordinance with the changes we made.
With the change of 5.8 to when a manufactured dwelling is uninhabitable, the unit shall be removed at landowner's expense and the parcel will revert to the zoning district requirements. I have it in here and I'll give it to you in the morning. Okay, I have a motion by,
Are we changing 5.7 also?
no,
Well, that was fine, we decided
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the verbiage in there.
okay, so I have a motion by Josh. Harley, O'Brien.
I'll second it.
Okay, and I have a second by Brian. All those in favor?
Alright,
All right, aye.
Those against? Motion passes. What's your hesitation?
Just the
Brian?
hesitation is the removal without giving them fair,
well,
fair
If
warning.
it's unhandleable with that.
Well, they will have a chance to.
yeah, they're,
They're-
we're not
There
gonna-
doesn't seem nothing in there about it though, so.
no, but we approach them and then they say, well, how long do I have?
Yeah.
I don't know, how long's
But
it
it
gonna
doesn't
take?
say, there's no,
If
and,
it says,
and the reality is,
because the 1 year's gonna be out.
if he says I can have it out in 90 days, we'll say perfect, 90
Yeah.
days.
yeah, because
But if he
we,
says I can't get it out for 5 years,
That,
well, then the town will.
you're
And
gonna
then we'll
have,
turn
you're
it
gonna have
back
to come
on
to the
the
board and
tax.
explain why it's gonna take 5 years to get that out of there.
well, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Everything else here
There are
is,
so many people that we've worked with and gave
Yeah.
extensions to,
Yeah.
and
that's true. That is true.
and everything here is complaint driven. We
Right.
don't have enough personnel to go around monitoring
To
everybody's
enforce it.
house. And I don't want everybody monitoring my house or anybody else's house.
there's only a few people in this town that would say that we're not easy
Fair.
to work with.
We're not fair.
Right.
Yeah.
We're
It
easy.
would
to
have been
work
my
with.
husband.
Come and talk to us.
I
Explain
just
why,
like stuff. I just like
explain why it's
stuff
gonna
in
take
writing.
6 months.
I just like stuff in writing as far as.
Yeah.
We
I
find
get it.
out about this in January, we're not gonna tell him he's got 15 days to get it out, you
Correct.
know?
Correct.
But if he says I can have it out by June 1st, fine, June 1st it is, whatever, you know? Cross that bridge. when
Yeah,
we
I
get
agree. And if we do have problems, then, they can always come to the
And we
board.
can always change this. Too.
Yeah.
We can always
Right.
upgrade that. So
I mean,
that's true.
the ordinance is a guide. And if we find that it's wrong and the people, don't
Point
like
it
it,
out.
or they bring it to us and say, hey, this isn't working for us, we gotta change it, then we'll
Yep.
change it. I mean, we're all human.
Yep, I understand that. That's good.
Okay, let's move on. Number 16, commercial outdoor storage guidelines, addition to zoning. So the outdoor storage requirements, we have looked at these in regards to the self-storage units, and outdoor storage would be like, well, we have a list here of things that we would allow. And only for, this is very specific to self-storage facilities. So, this will go in our zoning ordinance, but we don't want to open up our zoning ordinance to put it in right now because we do that once a year. And in order to open our zoning ordinance, we have to call all the peoples together and we have this whole big rigmarole, and we only do that once a year. So I have contacted our attorney and Wood County, because Wood County has to approve anything that we do in our zoning ordinance. And Emmett said the best way to do it is to have the planning commission look at it and say it's okay, have the board look at it, say it's okay. then send it over to the county, and the county will look at it on its own and say it's okay, and we can put it in there temporarily until we go to the,
As an amendment.
as an amended, yeah, and then it'll go that once a year that we do, and they'll adopt it. So, and in saying that, I do have to be out there and say, I did check some other self-storage units, because this was brought to our attention by one entity in itself. And I have checked a couple others, and one was already doing self-storage, and I contacted the owner, and he's more than willing to put together his conditional use, send it in. He sent in the check and the permit, and it will be coming to our next plan commission meeting. So, so far, it's, I know it's only been a couple months, but it's working. And if stuff comes up that we have to address, it's new to us, so we'll address it as it comes up.
I have comment on it.
Sure.
Of course.
Sure.
I'm in
go
Ron's
ahead.
chair, right?
No, that's okay. That's okay. Go for it. Everybody's
Everything's
listening.
good except for number 11
Okay.
that says must not be visible from roadway. Sometimes that may be absolutely impossible to not be able to see it, period, from the roadway. Between buildings, down driveways, open areas, a lot of times they're going to clear the whole area. The visibility of having storage is sales. If you can see that that's a storage area, oh, hey, they got outside storage. Cool. I'm going to get a hold of them because I want to store my unit. Also, for prevention of theft. If it's hidden in the back, it ain't as secure as if you can see it going down the road. You can see it quite visible. I mean, as far as, just thinking that direction. Think outside the box here a little bit once in a while.
Sure.
These are outdoor storage facilities for self-storage units, which are requiring conditional use permits. So we have some authority on whether or not to approve them. And they are normally going to be in highway commercial district.
They are only going to be in highways.
So they're going to be nothing but commercial around them for the most part, other than a few, houses around and stuff like that. And the 25 feet from neighboring lot lines, I think, is a little extreme. If they got that, if it's their yard, you're restricting them from doing what they want on their property again.
Okay, I can address some of that. What the plan commission has said about it, and also I think Josh, maybe you can chime in here too. So what the plan commission felt is that this is not something that residential property wants to look at, and most commercial entities, the storage buildings are up front by the highway, and behind them is where this storage will take place. So behind a commercial entity is going to be residential. So if my house is back there, and I'll just say my house, I don't, but if my house is back there, I don't want to go out in my yard and look at boats and look at somebody's junk.
Have you seen my?
However, now I'm just saying. And the other thing is that, a commercial entity is in all of our zoning screened from a residential property. The outdoor storage aspect of having it apparent to be looked at, I don't think the town of Saratoga wants to be known for having boats, trailers, campers, all that stuff sitting out. I mean, I think it looks junky. I mean, and I'm just saying that's my perception.
Yeah, but
So, and the only place it can be done is in a self-storage lot. So, as far as being part of their sales, I don't think that's so, because this self-storage business already had it going on, and they didn't even have,
they didn't.
So I don't know.
The storage
That's my
facilities only require 6 feet barriers for the self
Yes,
storage.
for the self-storage, but they're
So-
building.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
but who wants to look at buildings? That's why you have that 6 feet barrier. I would think 6 feet barrier would be more than enough. I don't think you need the 25-foot
Okay.
yard barrier or whatever you want to call it, that natural.
Buffer. It was a buffer. Yeah.
I just think the 25 feet is extreme. The 6 feet is okay with the storage units. It should be okay with anything else per se.
I would think that they would have some kind of lighting just for safety's sake, wouldn't you?
Well, you do in storage units too.
I mean, on the outside, if you got stuff sitting out on the property, wouldn't you want it lit so that you know that stuff isn't going to get taken from the back?
Yeah.
I mean, so then that leads me to say that 25 feet would be good. Because I don't want that light.
Well, I can't encroach on the neighbors either, so there's lighting rules and regulations there too. So if they have too much light,
Okay. Okay. So,
I'd like to at least reduce that from 25 to the 6 feet, which is
Okay.
what the rest of them are.
I guess I'm a little confused by your first statement. If you live right behind the storage unit building, you don't want to see poles.
okay, so I'm thinking, and I'll use Carl for an example. So this new entity that's coming in over by the furniture store,
But if you read the first 4 words, it must not be, 6 words, must not be visible from roadway. So you're going to make them put them in the back,
yes,
closer to the residential area.
yes, but that's why we got the 25-foot buffer. So they're not right next to it, they're 25 feet away from a residential.
I can see farther than 25 feet.
Okay.
But if you have a 6-foot buffer, which you're supposed to have anyway, so you can't see the buildings, you would be able to see the storage units either.
I'm just saying what the plan commission,
Yeah,
what they're thinking.
yep.
So that's where they came from. So
I can't argue with the planning commission.
no, I'm just saying that's where this all came
Yes, I
from.
know. That's why I had to wait till tonight to bring it up. So
Fair enough. Josh?
Who came up with the 25 foot?
somebody in the planning commission.
Yeah,
Couple people in the planning commission.
yeah, a couple people. I can think of 2. But I guess I would like to see what our commercial zoning says as far as buffer.
Because I know the storage units is 6 feet.
Can I go get it? Would you guys mind? I'm just. Yeah, I don't know.
So
The storage units, yes, but they're buildings that are unoccupied. They're just a building. Oh, you. I see those stacks. I didn't know we had that.
and they're not visible from the roadway. Like I said too, if you can see traffic, you're not going to be out there with a cutting torch cutting off a catalytic converter.
Mm-hmm.
Be surprised.
Well, yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that.
I would think of the header.
Working on it.
And to the point of residentials too, being next to the commercials, that going in there. Which I knew that when I bought my property. I knew that was commercial, so it could happen. So I knew that going in. And every landowner needs to know that too. When you buy a piece of property up against a commercial zone, you have to expect it.
Okay.
Well, just like what we had with Al Wenzel, with that guy across the street. He was complaining about subdividing that.
Okay. So, it's minimum side yards are 15, 20, 25, 45, and 15. Rear yards are 25. And 12 for an accessory building. So that is a commercial district setback. That wasn't just pulled out of thin air. That's actually smaller.
For a building.
Yeah,
That's for a building.
right?
These aren't permanent structures.
Okay.
And that doesn't say that they have to have 25 feet of wood.
I think they went by accessory structure. Does it say 25 feet of wood?
No. It just says it must be 25 feet from the neighboring lot.
Yeah. And that's what this says for an accessory building. But, oh, no, that's height. I'm sorry. To residential property is 20 feet. So they said 25, but I guess I'm just telling you that that's where it came from. So I guess whatever you guys decide.
Well, I think it should just mirror
Whatever the storage,
whatever, so if that was 20 feet, then I think it should just be 20 feet.
but that's for buildings.
But
Because like a storage facility, you can clear that out to within 6 feet of the lot line.
I don't know where you're getting that.
I read it somewhere, 6 feet of green space between
Commercial?
commercial and residential.
No,
There's something
between-
in the ordinance.
It's
for-
20 feet for side yard
It was in with the
and 25 for,
self-storage. Do you have something
Yeah, I
just on
do.
self-storage?
just a sec. Let me get-
Just on the storage buildings?
Yep, let's hold on. Don't rush me.
I don't remember exactly where I read it, but it's.
No, I know, it's in here
You
somewhere.
know how,
Just-
my
yeah.
mind works. It's like,
No.
oh, I read that somewhere.
Mine is just tired. I'll find it.
I tried finding it again. I couldn't find it again.
It's under site plan review. So it's right here. And,
Landscaping maybe.
no, it would be for,
Buffer, I see that something.
yeah, but that, you gotta look at self-storage. So it's right here. These are specific to self-storage.
She got one. She got a citation too.
See?
I did?
Your books.
Hey. I don't
How
see
many?
anything.
How many citations?
Here, I'll
Well,
let you look, but I don't
Just
see
one,
anything.
but every year, I think, darn near.
Okay. So anybody have anything else other than what Carl was talking about, the screening? Or the, yeah, it says must not be visible from roadway, must be 25 feet from neighboring lot line with visual screening as approved by town of Saratoga. So it's asking for screening and for setback 25 feet.
should that,
And I kind of think that's more for the protection of the self-store than of the visibility. I mean, personally, I would have said put up a fence.
should that be 11 and 12 then? 11 must not be visible from roadway and 12 must be 25 feet from neighbor's lot line with visual screening as approved by town of Saratoga.
It could be. I can do that.
Because I don't like the way it
Okay.
sounds.
Score
saying.
one for Brian, the teacher. Okay. Must not be visible from roadway. And then 12. I'll put 12. I'll make that 12. Okay. Must be 25 feet from neighbor. Okay. But that's up for discussion, I think.
And then I don't know where 25 feet came from, but I guess if whatever it should mirror, I think.
Do you think it should mirror what's in
If
here
it's-
for?
If it's 20 feet, then
It says 20 feet for, that's even for that wasn't a principal structure, that was a.
Must be at the back.
I didn't know, I think it's before that.
That's what I thought too, but I didn't see it. We're working on commercial.
We're just talking about the number on the level.
This way.
it'll be 12.
You know, but well,
I'm sorry.
Let's not be visible from roadway. It's gonna be a speed.
Okay, so this is a side yard, but we're looking at rear yard, and the accessory structure is 12 feet and the principal structure is 25 feet. That's where it came from, the 25. But that's for a rear yard setback. So it's 25 for principal or 12 for accessory. And I think that's where they got the 25.
so a building can be 12 feet.
And no, a building, An accessory building, yeah.
Should be 12 feet.
So that'd be like a storage shed,
But a boat has to be 25
25, yes.
per boat.
I think they're looking at it as being a principal entity that is being conducted on that property, but I don't know what their thinking was.
I don't know either. I just don't agree.
Okay,
I think the 25 was just a number that we had come up with based on other numbers in our zone.
yeah, and that's what I'm,
And that number can be adjusted if the town board feels.
well, if you're gonna have 25 feet and then you have to have visual screening, you're not gonna be able to put visual screening in 12 feet, are you? I'm just stating,
Visual screening and then
okay.
some of them big.
12 feet
pine trees,
is that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, a tree, I mean, what kind of
That's
screening
much-
you're gonna get in
That's
there?
much less. Than
Well, this is an 8-foot table and that's 4 feet, so. Okay, so you know what I do for a living, so, okay. All right, so what do you guys wanna do?
What number would you like to see there?
Well, in reading, visual screening, so you're saying a blocker?
Yeah,
Whether it's
what do they,
shrubs, fence, whatever.
So a fence, if it's a fence, that's a visual screening, you ain't gonna see what's on the other side of that fence, period.
So why would it matter how far away it is?
Correct.
if it's a fence,
Then it would be a
If it has
set.
visual
then it would
screening, then don't do anything else.
Be a set. What is a
Yeah,
fence?
that's arbitrary, I don't like that terminology. Cause if visual screening could be, oh, I put some pretty flowers there, that blocks the grass. I mean, you gotta do a little better than that. Sorry.
But it's gotta be approved by us.
Yeah, visual screening has to be approved by the town.
Okay. You guys are making this really difficult. How about 12 foot with visual screening, a minimum height of 6 foot? Does that satisfy everybody?
Mm-hmm.
I was just trying to be difficult.
Okay.
12 foot, see how that works
Okay. 12 foot
with visual screening.
with visual screening, a minimum of 6 feet high.
Yep.
All right. And everybody's okay with that? All right.
Do you continue on with or approved by the town?
As approved by the town of Saratoga.
Okay, so you're just inserting that between screening.
Yep.
Okay.
So number 11 will be must not be visible from roadway.
Period.
Number 12, period. And number 12 must be 12 feet from neighboring lot line with visual screening, a minimum of 6 feet in height, as approved by the town of Saratoga.
Correct, but scratch the period on the end of 11 because none of the other ones have period.
I am never going to pass English again. All right. And do I have a motion for that?
That was a motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. That was like pulling teeth, guys. Okay.
It's compensation there.
That's, yeah,
It's-
I'm okay with that. I'm okay.
That was-
Town building update. Okay. So, oh, that's on me. So I had gotten quotes, but before I got quotes, I contacted our attorney and the Towns Association to make sure that quotes would be good enough because we do have a budget and the quotes are over $10,000 and I was worried that, well, Paulette was worried. I was going to spend money without asking permission. So as long as it's paperwork and that it's architects, engineers, pencil pushers, we're good to go with whatever it costs. So based on the quotes that we have gotten from several entities, I'm going to steal yours,
That's
Carl.
fine.
We are going to hire Point of Beginning to do the topo survey and the mapping, the title search, and the utility line locates. We are going to hire Point of Beginning to do the geotechnical borings. Those are borings that determine the compressive strength of soil for the footings and that's gonna come into play for the addition and for the new Public Works building. And then we are going to hire EDC Management Company to do the schematics, the bidding, and the construction at a cost of $79,450. Yeah, the other bids were over $250,000. Yeah, so, this is well within our budget, so, we are going to hire them, and we will be letting them know tomorrow, so we can get started. I will let them know myself.
Just to note that EDC is a local building.
Yes.
What?
That EDC is a local.
It's a local company out of
Oh, that's
Wisconsin
good.
Rapids,
uh,
and,
That's good.
Fuller.
oh yeah, Pulver, I'm sorry. I
Fuller
thought-
Point, somebody.
Yeah.
It's local.
That's
anyway.
good, yeah.
And,
Are they
um,
gonna build a new one or what?
we're
Or
building a
doing
new Public Works building where the guys have.
Oh, the
that-
guys in the back.
Right. It's pretty rough. And, we're gonna use the town hall, we're gonna remodel it, and we're gonna make it into offices.
Oh.
And then that little addition onto the town hall,
Oh.
we're gonna add another small addition to join the Public
On
Works.
the other side over there.
Right,
Oh,
to join, so it's all one cohesive building. And the voting will take place over there, and you'll be able to walk in and vote, walk out. And then this building will be utilized for emergency medical services and for the police department, fire departments, the communities all around us, if they need to meet somewhere, because we seem to be like in the middle of everything.
yeah.
And should we grow for emergency services, and should we need ambulance space or grow, then this building is already here and it's a separate entity. It'll be easier to navigate.
So you'll move your offices over there then?
Yep.
too?
Yep.
Okay.
But Brian's gonna do all the moving. He
Is it-
volunteered.
Everything will be under one building for us then.
Yeah,
The town will, everything, because right now some stuff's over there, some stuff's over
Yeah,
here. We
right.
vote over there. Well, if we have a big meeting of some sort or another, and there's some information needed, somebody's gonna have to come all the way over here,
To get it, yeah.
hold the file and walk it all the way back over there. It'll all be in one
I
building.
get it.
yeah. And it'll be nicer just for the cohesiveness of all the employees and for the townspeople. They'll know that they can just walk right in and get all the information they need.
Right there.
Yep. So it should work out real well. And we're not raising taxes to do it. We have the new solar money coming in. So we're gonna use part of that solar money to do
Okay.
this. So, it seemed like a good time to do it. So we don't have to raise taxes. Because if we use that money to hire more people, to do the day-to-day work, eventually the solar money will come to an end, and then we'd have to let people go, and that doesn't really feel good when you know that. So, and we are getting by with what we're doing. I mean, I think eventually we're gonna have to have somebody here full-time, but right now, we seem to be working.
Doing good.
Yeah, so, yeah, so that's it for the town building updates. If anybody else has any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Employee handbook revision, that is just, well, we can start on the page 1. So I made a couple mistakes. So first of all, the work schedules, it's 6 to 7, not 6 to 8. The employee handbook, it will supersede the old one, and it's August 19th will take effect. That's page 1. I made another mistake. The work hours on page 6, it's from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., not from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. I don't think the guys would appreciate that very much. We more determined, so we have steps for progressive discipline, but we never determined what our structure for that discipline is. So you guys have to decide. A verbal warning is active 3 months or 6 months. You get to choose.
Could we have to
3
choose?
months.
Yeah, yeah. 3 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Verbal?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. A written warning is active for 6 months to 12 months, 6 or 12. or 9?
Probably 6.
Okay,
Agreed.
all right.
That sounds good to me.
And then, it says, even after a warning expires and is no longer active for escalating punishment, the physical paperwork will remain. These are the attorney's, review. It's, instead of saying usually remains, it will say will remain part of the employee's permanent personnel record. And it says on there, it can still be referenced during future performance evaluations or legal proceedings. It should say it may be referenced, not can be. It's just, again, the English language that I'm not good at. So that's the only changes that the attorney made.
The only thing I see is, we have a D and it's also written as D.
All right. So you want that to be
So
an
it
E?
needs to continue, to be D-continued or D subtitle
It will
or,
be an
or
E.
E.
I will make it an E.
Okay, it is, that will circle E.
Okay. All right. So,
So verbal 3, written 6, final 12.
yep. And then the word usually will turn into will.
Or shall or will?
Will. That's what the attorney put, will. And then it can still will
Will.
turn into may.
Will remain.
Will remain, yes. And then,
Can will be.
and it may be, yes. All right. That's it. All right. I need a,
I'll make a motion to adopt the changes made to the employee handbook.
okay, I have a motion by Carl
I'll second.
and a second by Josh. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Okay, it's adopted. Okay, anybody want to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay bills.
I'll second that motion.
All right, are there any questions on the bills?
See anything other than why we pay so much?
I know, right?
Which one you're good?
It'll be nice when those buildings are done. Did you see how much that costs us to heat them and cool it?
Do we have to get this thing?
And nobody's
Just
using it.
one. The second sheet, I
It's just for our
omitted,
info
I
because
just,
of-
yeah,
okay.
wanted to show you what
Oh,
I forgot on the
I
last
guess-
one, so. But I did attach one to that in the file, but I just,
We bought salt again?
Nope, that's the last one. She just
Okay.
paid, she just put that in there because of the inefficiencies last time,
Okay.
just saying that she
Okay.
included it, so
All right. Okay.
that's what I was just questioning her on.
All right.
you guys said I didn't have to do it, but I felt better to give it to you guys showing that the
Yeah.
numbers were in there.
You just
so.
confused her is all.
I know.
You want to sign your
That
John
wasn't
Henry?
my intent.
Not John Henry.
Brian.
All right. Okay. Items for future meetings. Anybody have anything?
You
Anything else?
I'll do it tonight.
Okay, we gotta set a date then. There's no items that you guys want to bring forward.
That would be the 16th of September.
September 16th. Is everybody gonna be here?
September 16th?
Yeah.
Dang it.
Is that your homecoming?
No, mine's the same as Josh's.
Okay. Oh, I did have to brag a little bit,
I'm gonna
Brian.
go to town.
My granddaughter made varsity and she's just a freshman.
Nice.
She's the first one in 10 years for Eau Claire North
What sport?
volleyball.
Oh.
Yeah. Pretty impressed. She's only 6 foot tall and she's 14 years old. All right, so we got the date and okay, now we got to do audit. We stay open for audit? I mean, we
They
stay,
stay open, but no, they shut that off.
okay, so
There's no, this isn't a
we don't.
mandated audit, so we don't need to.